grade 8, in grade 8 commencement, when Steve was there, he literally said, I remember this so fondly, he was like, there was one individual who I've known since like the very first day she was born and in the hospital, to which then everyone looked back at me and was like, okay, Elena.
Well, Uncle Steve was my uncle and my teacher and principal obviously here at TPS 5 years ago.
Okay, well, I think I saw Steve many different lenses. Steve was like a second father to me. Like truly as well, like yes, my dad and Steve were like nearly siblings. They moved in with each other when Steve was very young because Steve lost his father. Like they were siblings, and due to that made Steve a second father to me. So I saw Steve in different perspectives, both academically and also in like a family sense.
He was, one of the three things that Steve was among many, many other things. And that was in the heart, it was on the sleeve, that was who he was. Steve was the thunderbolt, the firing iron. He had it. And you know what? We've all got hard, but Steve just notches it up to the morph, like 10 times.
I've talked about all the academic stuff, but Steve really showed me that like you just have to believe in yourself is what I really think he showed me. And he also taught me that as much as he is, a bit of a tough cookie, he's truly a sweetheart and he's a teddy bear, down to heart, and he really wants you to succeed. And I think it's like that with everybody. I mean, while yes, I did have obviously like more of a closer connection to him than other students, I think, because there was the family aspect. I know that whether it's myself or whether it's, my other classmates, like my closest friends who obviously aren't related to him, he showed them that the exact same thing, that, he wants to care for you.
So, yeah, the school really does mold young minds, inspires them, molds them to have convictions and belief in what it is they aspire for in life, right? And I wouldn't entrust anybody else, and I'm sure there's other worthy schools that you could send your kids to, other than Steve's, like in my choice, Stephen Fooley's.
Another thing would definitely be the fact that he was extremely passionate, not even just about teaching, but about knowledge as well in general. Was just so knowledgeable about so many different things, and he developed my passion for all things finance back when I was in grade 7. And he was a great teacher who made sure that I knew what I needed to do. Uncle Steve didn't just stop the education of his students with the academics. There's also a lot of life talk, right? Stuff about relationships, careers as well. How to be I know it sounds corny, but the best you actually can be in all aspects of your life.
I have to agree with my son, and he's probably my #1 mentor as well. That's what he means to me.
It taught me that it really doesn't matter. Only if you give it your hard work, then that's it. And as long as you lay it all on the table, and that's all you can do at the end of the day.
I can go into this whole diatribe about blood running through the veins, but you know what? I don't know. Maybe later on it became like aside from a kid brother, which we always were brothers, it was like a competition. You grew this fondness, this respect, this closeness. I could touch the ceiling and it still wouldn't be enough. Steve always got the best out of people. And I realized that, early on in his career and education, because I knew about him growing up, right? And even telling me that's all he ever wanted to become. He was a motivator. Steve is a great motivator. I love you, buddy.